Brandon, what does it say about your team that you're able to pull out this game? You know, the collapse that you had, losing that lead, to come out with a victory. What does it say about your team?
I'm extremely proud of our football team. As proud as I've been of our football team the entire year. That environment was really, really challenging for us. And we stayed together that fourth quarter. We stayed together the whole game. We played with tremendous energy tonight. I felt the powder blues the whole game in all three phases. And that's why we won the game, is because when it was tight and the crowd was going crazy against us, our guys were ready for a fight today. And I know how the game, expressed itself in that fourth quarter, and it turned into a wild ride. But we were ready for it because we've played 9 games before today where we've been preparing for a fourth quarter like that. And when the fourth quarter happened the way it did, our guys stayed connected. We played our best at the end. We finished the game on our terms. And I can't say enough about our players and coaches because that's as good of a win as we've had.
You said the crowd was against you. Do you feel like that motivates you and the team when you have a rock?
It just tightened our focus. That's all it did, is we were prepared for it. We deal in reality here, and we knew that this crowd was going to show up. And our players were ready for that environment, and they thrived in it. And you can tell by the way we played, because our offense and defense came ready to play tonight. And we played a real NFL team today, and that was a real NFL win. And I just can't say enough about the toughness and the resilience of our group, and that's what we're trying to build here. And today was a good step in the right direction.
Today you were down 3 defensive tackles. Guys like Forrest Merrill, Braden Fayoko, and I think Anthony Brown stepped up today.
Andrew Brown, sorry.
What does that say about your guys' team, the way you guys were able to hold them down and not Najee Harris didn't go completely crazy on you guys?
Joe Graziano in there too. We got 4 undrafted players and who are holding the rope for us. Giff Smith doing a heck of a job coaching them. Just an incredible gutsy coaching and playing performance by those guys, and I'm so proud of them. And I told you guys on Friday that I felt like we would play that way. We played well around them in the run front, and that allowed us to play the way we wanted to play. And I felt like those 3 guys deserve so much praise for the way they competed tonight. And I'm so proud of them. They played like the warrior spirit that we expect, with the warrior spirit that we expect, and it was a tremendous performance by that group.
Coach, Justin Herbert, we all know how well he does in the pocket, where he can throw the ball and be able to move the chains, but seeing his running ability and being able to have the opportunity to do that, what does that mean for this team? What did you see out of him in addition to that?
He was fantastic in the game today. He was the best player on the field. And he's got real instincts at the game for the position. He's got real instincts at the game. And, his legs today really helped us win that football game, because what happens is if you're trying to play this guy a certain type of way, if you're going to try to play this split safety man under and you're in a 4-man rush, well, the one guy that they're not accounting for is the quarterback. And when it's drained out and he sees daylight, now he becomes a tailback and he moves the chains. And that's part of your job as a quarterback. Part of your job as a quarterback is to move the chains by any means necessary, and that's what he did tonight. They blitzed us a couple times where he was able to move and buy some time and then extend the play and make some first downs for us, and he was fantastic in the game. He threw the football at a really high level tonight, kept himself protected, stayed turnover-free. Obviously the interception is not his fault, but to play mistake-free in a game like that, especially how it turned into, and then that throw, the recognition on that throw, they're playing trap where the corner's baiting him into throwing it to Keenan in the flat, and he's probably going to wait on it to steal it for a touchdown. And Justin knew that he was waiting on him, and he ripped it for Mike in the turkey hole shot to close it out. And that's real quarterbacking stuff. The way he hit Austin today in the burst game and on a touchdown in the red zone, it's split safety man bracket-ish. And where you have to go is you got to find the back against that coverage. He finds it. And it was just real quarterbacking today, and I'm really, really proud of him.
With Justin's running, was that a point of emphasis for you guys saying, hey, use this weapon, or was it the way the Steelers were playing you with a lot of man covers that sort of allowed that part of his game to express itself?
The second part, the way that they were playing the game. And he's got real instincts, and I think he just, he knows when there's daylight, and then he ran to it. And I think that and then what that does is it forces the defense to change. And that's a good thing, because, they can't play those coverages versus us. Or if they do, they better account for him. And so, just a real quality game by him.
What did you think about the 36-yard run by Justin and the Cam Hayward play where he comes down on him and kind of slams him down a little bit? What did you think about that?
I think that the truth will express itself from the video.
Brandon,
Coach,
with your fourth quarter comebacks this year, and also that game against Cleveland, do you think those experiences help prepare you for a game like this?
Yes, I do, Joe. I think that, like I said, we played a real schedule, as you guys are seeing around the NFL. The teams that we've played are in it, and all of those games have been fourth quarter games. And so we knew that this was how it was going to be against Pittsburgh. We felt like, we were playing at a high level, and we had created that room that we've been searching for to play that type of game. And then things kind of, unfolded the way it did, and it got tight again, which has happened before. And we had our best stuff at the end when we, followed that interception with a touchdown in the turkey hole, and then you finish it out, closing it out on defense with 2 big sacks, and then, closing it out like that. There's no better feeling like that as a team, is knowing that you had what it took. And that's what the NFL is all about. And I feel like we've shown real stuff through 10 games, and I'm really proud of this group. And this game was, it was one of my favorites for sure.
How impressive was Austin's performance today? Not just the 4 touchdowns, but also picking up that blitz there on the final touchdown when the slot corner came down, just picking up that blitz just overall.
Yeah, he's a complete player. I think that's the thing I love about the guy, that he's a complete player. Threat in the run game, threat in the pass game, pass protection. He's got real toughness. That's how we're trying to build this program, with guys like him that are tough, ball-playing Jessies, and that's what he is. And he had 4 touchdowns in an NFL game, which is really hard to achieve. And it's going to help his fantasy and all that. He's into that. He's got this lucrative career that he's building, and today was a good step in helping that empire.
Coach, to see the offense click and get that rhythm again, do you feel it was the stage? Did that help overall, or what did you see in particular?
I don't think the stage hurts. The stage helps everybody. It helps all you guys too. I mean, when you're in Sunday Night Football and everybody's watching, it brings out the best in you. And I think we had a really quality week of practice. I think after last week, you heard me talk about execution, and I felt like that's what we did, is we really executed at practice this week. Felt like we came in with the right intensity, the right type of focus. And then my big goal for us was to play as hard as we did tonight, because of the trust in one another, the trust in the plan, and then we're able to execute our plan because of it.
I would say this was a must-win tonight. How significant was this one for your team?
It's a big game. You're past halfway against a real AFC team that's ahead of you, and I have so much respect for Mike Tomlin, Keith Butler, that group of guys, Ben Roethlisberger. They're the class of the AFC. Since I've been doing football, and I've grown up in Cleveland, Ohio. You got to go through the Steelers and the AFC. That's real, and for us to be able to beat those guys, it was a good step for us tonight.
How did you feel about the pass rush? You got a key sack from Joey Bosa at the end.
Yeah, I felt like our pass rush came alive when we needed it. I felt like we were aggressive all night. We were close, and I think we finished with 3 sacks. I feel like you guys will see the tape that they were holding us quite a bit, and our rush was coming. We did it out of a variety of groupings tonight because you're down some D linemen. So we activated kind of our rabbits grouping with 3 edge players with a D lineman. We had Murray in there in our dollar grouping. We were able to activate some of those designer groupings so that we could rush today. And I felt like Jay Rogers, Giff Smith, Mike Wilhoit, those guys did a great job coaching, organizing our pass rush plan. And I felt like when we needed our best tonight, we had it.
Brandon, all the sudden change situations for your defense, whether it's the pump block, the interception, the turnover on downs. Just how challenging is that for your players, and then also for you as a play caller, having to deal with so many of those sudden change situations sort of back to back there in the fourth quarter?
Yeah, Daniel, I mean, that's why you have to practice and organize your practices so that you're there. That's why we practiced the red area of the goal line. We had the huge stop on the goal line, and we were ready for their plan tonight. We were ready for them tonight, and that's exactly how we played. We knew the shovel pass was coming. We knew the jet sweeps were coming. And, if TC on the 4th and 5, we knew that was coming too. And you'll see that we were there. We were in position. We were ready for these guys tonight. And, and that's what I saw tonight, is I saw a team that was ready to play. And I know that it didn't go down for us, in a couple of those. We had the 4th down that, stop that was a penalty, but that ended up in a touchdown. But, we forced that field goal, all right, which was significant, okay? And I'm talking about that was a huge, huge sequence in the game, because defensively you've had to go back out there like 3 times in a real adverse circumstance. And for Derwin to keep everybody connected like he did, he's a G, keeping everybody to get connected. We got everybody banged up out there. We got a bunch of new D linemen, and everybody kept their poise. We didn't flinch. We kept playing hard. And like I said, that's why I'm talking the way I am, because I'm really proud of the group today.
Did you feel like that was sort of a toss-up call there with the PI on TC on 4th down? Or?
It looked like he got there early. Didn't need to be, because we had Kaiser White waiting as the rat in the hole. All right, and it wouldn't have been completed anyway, which you guys will see on the tape. Yeah, he got there early.
Brandon, how's Asante Samuel Jr. doing?
He's in the protocol, but I just saw the guy. But, yeah, he's in the protocol.